hello guys. Yes, so we are live actually. We can see और थोड़ा हम चेक कर लेते हैं बहुत दिनों के बाद लाइव आ रहे हैं कि हम लाइव आ चुके हैं कि नहीं यहाँ पर. Yes, looks like we are live. Should be coming live. So थोड़ा बता दीजिए यार आपको हमारी आवाज़ आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है.
Hello everyone.
Yes. So आवाज़ तो आ रही है लग रहा है. Hello guys. Okay, guys. So yes, we are live. So Toshan, welcome to Googly Sports after a very long time. And I think 2023 we lost the World Cup in the same ground,
Yes.
and 2024 we won the T20 World Cup in West Indies. Bhaiya was together with us at that time, and now we are again in the finals today with a very strong team, something called New Zealand. What do you
Yes.
feel? What are your feelings?
We have seen New Zealand play,
Hmm.
especially against England. Not England actually. What was the other team? I think it was Sri Lanka. Not Sri Lanka. The team they played against semi-finals. What was the team? South Africa.
South
Yes. They
Africa,
they
yes.
they and when they played against South Africa, they played very well.
Uh-huh.
They they chased down 170 runs in 13 overs. So it's like it's crazy how strong the team is. And India made 253 against England, but seeing how New Zealand can play, they can also it seems like they can easily chase that down.
Right. So I think you're right. I think I was looking at the team composition, and while Abhishek Sharma has not fired, Sky has also not fired up. But if you look at the matchups of the Indian team, right? Uh, what do you feel about Sanju Samson's great form? Would he be able to pull off this time?
He's played two very good innings back to back.
Hmm.
But I maybe to he's in form, so there is a big chance he could. But I think New Zealand will be looking like out for his batting style and his like aggression, and they might maybe bring spinners earlier. It depends, but I think we might need more firepower from the other guys as well because it's been very like one. It's been only one batter who's making all the runs. The half of the T20 World Cup it was Ishan Kishan, and the other half was the Sanju Samson.
Right. No, I think this is for true, sure, absolutely. And I think Sanju Samson definitely has really done very well in last two matches, and looks like he will have a very important role to play. While it is not so easy to do well against continuously in the third match, but I think definitely if he can give a good start, even a 15 ball 30-run start he can give, that could be also valuable.
Yeah. It's just that most of our batters should deliver some decent runs. I think Abhishek Sharma should. He did play quite well against New Zealand in the bilateral series.
Uh,
So if he can perform well, India has a much bigger chance of winning if he performs well.
See, I feel the toss will definitely play important role. I haven't checked if the dew factor is there in Ahmedabad, but I believe that the toss will definitely play important role. I was looking at some data and I did some comparison also. If let me see if I have this. Yes, probably you can see the analysis I used, did on the AI, and they have given a very good analysis. So they say that the Narendra Modi Stadium has produced multiple 230 plus T20 scores for India versus New
Ah,
Zealand recently. So it means it is a true batting wicket with very fast outfield. And India has posted 234 in Ahmedabad and 271 in Thiruvananthapuram just this year with New Zealand. And New Zealand also in the chase have reached almost 219 to 25, which means they have both the teams are actually having a very strong squad in that way.
yeah. I think these both teams are very strong, especially in the batting side. And New Zealand against England, New Zealand did choke in their bowling a little
Mhm.
bit as they did not like put enough effort, and they lost against England with a very winnable match. So I
Right.
think India has a good chance. I would hope for India to win, but I think it will be a tough match because India's bowling is also not at its finest, right?
Mhm.
Especially how England day before yesterday, the match was very close. Even after making 253, which is a very safe score actually.
Right,
Most of the
right.
time in T20, they
Absolutely.
made 246,
Hmm.
which shows cases that the bowling is it's just very hard for the bowlers to actually deliver.
Right, actually. So, based on the data of the Indian team and even the New Zealand team, they are saying the batting first par score is around 195 to 205 in an Ahmedabad pitch. And truly a winning total is 210 to 220 if you're defending it. But if you chase with due, anything under 190 is very chaseable. 200 plus gives the bowling side a cushion. That's what they are saying.
Ah, okay. So
So that is, I think, at this point of time, looking, I feel okay. Let's analyze player first. Abhishek Sharma, what is happening wrong with him?
I think the problem with Abhishek Sharma right now is that first of all he's very trapped. I feel
Mhm.
like I think he's not free, or doesn't feel like he's playing freely. He's
Hmm.
playing too like small, and then when he's playing his shots, when he's playing even the when he's hitting, he's very still. I think I don't think he's going for a full flow. When you flow the bat with power, I don't think he's doing that.
He's very tentative, right?
Yes, and it's like his natural game
Hmm.
is just gone. It's like he's trying to play test. It's like if a big hitter tries to play test match, it's kind of this is what's happening, where it's just not natural at all.
Right, right. I think this being the final, I feel that like Kohli was struggling in the last T20 World Cup in the initial matches, but he
Yeah.
just scored 76 in 59 balls in the final. Abhishek might feel that okay, the whole pressure of performance is gone, and now this is the final. Let me be free. So I am actually really expecting today him to really do at least 35, 40 runs, even in 17, 18 balls. That could also be good enough.
Yes, it will definitely be more impacting, because the thing is when Abhishek starts hitting,
Hmm.
right, and then he starts getting in this flow, he doesn't stop. Then it's like every shot goes for a 4 or 6, and he just gets gaps. Every shot he hits goes to a gap.
Hmm.
So it's just that he has to get into that flow though, because he's not been able to get into that flow. He's getting out of it too quick. He hits one big shot and then he starts tipping, which is good, but for his natural playing style, it doesn't work for him.
I think what bowlers and the dismissals I have seen, what bowlers are doing it, they're bowling very full on him, right? And because of that, he tries to place the shot. Sometimes he misses in the ball is new in the beginning, and then the bowlers actually take the length a little bit back, and in that, because he's not transferring his weight completely to his to the back foot, he is mistiming the shot and getting out. So I feel either he should be playing at the back foot, or either he should be just playing on the front foot. He should not be having any double mind. If he can get that through, that could be good. The other thing I noted was that the bowlers are also trying to keep the ball away from him. They're trying to ball him a little bit away on the offside. And at that time, I've seen him playing some shots in which his body has become completely out of the balance. And it generally happens when your feet are not moving. So I think that is something which probably he has to look at. He has to be very clear in his approach.
Yes, I think it's also like the last England match, right?
Hmm.
When he goes for hitting, he's not looking for gaps. He's just looking to for full power.
Hmm.
Like in the last match, he hit a good shot, right? Then England put a fielder. I think it was more like deep mid wicket around,
Hmm.
and then he hit it right there. So I think he's not. He should maybe try to prioritize more gaps.
Hmm. 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 Right, right, right. So that's what about Abhishek Sharma. He's important. He's important. We're all hoping that at least he comes off in this match because his highest was 55 against Zimbabwe, and that was also not a very fluent one. Okay, what about Ishan Kishan, another stunning batsman?
I think Ishan Kishan has been playing. He has played quite well
Hmm.
in the T20 World Cup. For the first half of the tournament, he really brought India to a lot of great wins against Pakistan. He was one of the main reasons why he made that many runs.
Hmm.
And anyways, overall he's been quite good. Right now, he's kind of like he's getting 20 to 30 runs, but
Hmm.
he's not being able to get to his ideal where he would get like 70, 80 runs. He's not been able to do that. But it's always great to have someone who looks scary and who has performed well, because it puts it puts fear into the bowling side, and it puts pressure on them that we have to get him out. We Let's do Yorkers, and the mindset can vary depending on the players you have and their impact.
Right, right. Anyway, so we spoke about Abhishek, Ishan, Sanju, and I think three of them are very important. I think in if amongst these three we can score 120, 130 runs, I think we can make 200 plus bat first also, or even we can chase also. That's my understanding. If all three of them can really score amongst them around 120 runs in 60 balls, which is like
Yeah.
a 200 strike rate. So I think that is what from the Indian point of view. Uh, okay, let's come to the bowling part. In the bowling part, and then after that we'll come to the New Zealand part. In the bowling part of India, uh, I think the matchups they talk about is that, see, of course, Jasprit Bumrah, we all know he's been the biggest match winner for us. What do you feel? I mean, I think he will definitely do well. I think he will definitely
I
do well.
think I think it's the fact is that now after that T20 World Cup where Bumrah was the reason why we had won, and he stopped that many runs. Now it's been like where every single team knows to just play out Bumrah's overs, and then that can create a problem where the Indian team will get started to get a little worried, because if Bumrah is not able to take wickets, then they get this worry that then how do we take wickets? Because Bumrah is our main wicket taker, and he's arguably one of the best bowlers in T20. So then it just can put a doubt in India's mind. So him performing well will be very crucial for India. Let's say if he doesn't get him any wicket, India should not lower their morale, because India should already be expecting that everyone playing more defensive, more singles, and trying to rotate strike instead of hitting on Bumrah, because that's the main thing.
See, I think if Bumrah is not able to get wickets, right? But then if let's say it's very economical, let's say under 25 runs in 4 overs, then also it's good. It's good. But if Bumrah gives away 38, 40 runs without a wicket, right? Then it means that India will be in trouble. So he has to get wickets. So, if he can get wickets of Finn Allen or Tim Seifert in the beginning, or as like last time they used Bumrah in between of the overs, they brought him in the fifth over, then 11th over, then I think 16th and 18th over, something like that. So I think 15th or 17th over. So they will. I mean, how do they use them? Use him is important. The other thing, we just let's talk quickly about: are we going with Varun Chakravarti this match, or are we changing to Kuldeep?
I think Varun Chakravarti last time was not great. He was actually like, very what is it, costly.
He
Last
has
match,
been he has been costly, and
last match he gave away 64 runs in 4 overs, which means they were hitting 16 runs per over, which is not good. 16, like, because they didn't even bring him in the power play, or did they bring him in the power play?
they brought him into 1 over, sixth
One,
over, I think.
okay, even if they brought him one over, let's say that over gave away 15 runs, every other over during middle overs, when it's harder to make runs because the boundary is far and you're more trying to rotate strike, he gave away around 16 to 17 runs per over, which really shows that he can't come back. He Once he gets hit, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't.
Yeah, that's what is happening, and I mean, the data shows that he needs a dry ball. So dew is his biggest enemy, which means it becomes really completely bad if the dew is there and if we are defending the score.
Because he's
That's what
actually
happened in England's match. The dew was not there that much.
he's actually very good against like middle order. He's better in middle order, but in that during England's match, the place where he's supposed to perform the best was where he let India down almost.
Okay, so it means three batters, two bowlers have to really do good, and two bowlers who have to do good are Jasprit and of course either Varun, because that has to be the wicket taker. I don't know if Gautam Gambhir takes the call of replacing Varun in the final 11, but my feeling is that let's not change the 11 in the final. The one which won in semi-final, let's go with that.
Yeah, I think that's also going to be a good option, because if you change it, it can always cause this doubt. And of course, he's probably having doubts that what if we change, and then if we don't change and we lose, what if we change? But I think it's better to be more safe and not take too much risk. Let the players do that risk part, and you should stay safe with the team which has been winning the quarterfinals and semifinals, because that means they are informed, they are ready. While if you bring a new player, if you just bring Kuldeep instead of Varun Chakravarti, he'll have this pressure with,
The
oh,
final pressure,
that no,
right?
not only final pressure, every player will have that. It's like, oh, they're replacing Varun Chakravarti, now I have to perform better than him. This pressure should not happen. So I think keep the people who have been playing more frequently and not do a lot of big changes unless someone's performing very bad, and it's better. It's better to have another player who perform better in the final.
Right, right, right. I think I feel that Varun will do slightly better today if he plays, because I have seen that the New Zealand players have a tendency to play square of the wicket, and he bowls very straight. He got for too many runs in England match because English players were playing too straight. Like Bethel and Bill Jacks, they were playing very much straight. So if New Zealand decides to play straight, like sometimes Daryl Mitchell does that, right, straight over the long off, long on, then Varun could be in trouble. But if New Zealand players decides okay they'll go across the boundaries, then it will be there. We need to check how's the ground actually, how the ground boundaries, which is the side shorter, and we need to look at that.
I,
But that would define that, right?
I think the thing is, let's say, because England players play straight,
Mhm.
he never actually changed it up. Like that's the biggest problem. If you don't change it up, if you just keep doing the same thing, hoping that okay they'll mess up, that's not the way you can ball. Because for a bowler, if you're just going to ball that same line where you're getting hit and you're hoping he'll miss it and you're clean bowled, that's not the way to go. Because anyone, respectfully, anyone can do that where they just ball middle, and
Right.
it just, and some at one time they'll miss the ball. Then anyone can do that. So I think Varun Chakravarti has to know how to respond, not not just like only ball. He has to know how to respond to the batter's response.
So it shows that straight boundaries, long off, long on, are actually bigger ones, which are 75, and square boundaries are actually shorter, 60 meter, which means New Zealand will try to
Play
target
square.
square. Even any team will try to play square. And in that, actually, Varun can clean bowl Glenn Phillips. Varun can really get on Finn as well, even if you bring him in the power plays. So I feel that we should keep him. Instead of that, if let's say Kuldeep is there, Kuldeep is a leg spinner. He will have more revolutions on the ball, and people can go on the back foot and cut him to the square side. So might be they might go with Varun because of the ground directions. Okay, so we talk about India's things. What could be matchup and all. Let's talk about New Zealand. Who could be the match winners in the New Zealand team?
I think New Zealand team is quite strong as well. They're a good match. This will be a good match because what is it? Mitchell Satner, great spinner, and he can cause troubles. Then they have Rachin Ravindra, and then they also have one more spinner. Who is it? Ish Sodhi. So
Usually,
they
yeah.
have three heavy spinners, and as we've seen, India has trouble on spinners, but we have good batters against spinners. We have Ishan Kishan, we have Sanju Samson, and but Abhishek Sharma has not been performing well against spinners. He's been getting out, so that could be one trouble. That's why they could bring Rachit Ravindra. They also have Glenn Phillips. So actually speaking, they have four spinners. So they could bring a part timer just to try to get Abhishek Sharma out in the first or second over.
That is
So
possible. They might start with the spinner.
yeah, that is one big possibility. So to be honest, almost every single New Zealand player is very dangerous, especially in batting. Mitchell Santner, and who was the other player? Who brought,
Daryl Mitchell always does very well against India.
yeah, like if we see past matches, I think it was against England. Mitchell Santner, they were like 82 for 6. I think against Sri Lanka, yes. And Mitchell Santner and one more player, I do not remember who it was, but they went from 82 for 6 in I think 13 14 overs to 180 in 20 overs. I mean, it was insane. Both of them mid 50s. They both of them kept hitting, and Sri Lanka was in such a good position. It shows that New Zealand has a great comeback up capability.
See, that's why I know Daryl Mitchell has done very well against India and has done very well against Kuldeep Yadav. It's the data shows that he really does well because I recall Daryl really hitting Kuldeep straight up the ground, and Kuldeep was not able to make any things. So I think in the matchup is not that so good. Finn Allen's 100 in 33 balls was a great one. Tim
100,
Seifert is attacking. Glenn
100 run and
Phillips.
33 balls is like, it's basically the world record, right? Like, we haven't seen someone reach the world record after so long,
Right,
which
right.
which is showing that they are really bringing the fire. They are really bringing the fire.
Because Mitchell is a very good player in the 7 to 14 overs time frame where they come in. I want to see the matchup of Mitchell versus Arun and Varun and Aksar, how they have fared, because that will also define how much it is the data comes, if the data gives to us, because that will be important. But I feel that in today's match, Daryl will play a very important role because Finn Allen and Tim Seifert might get out early in the power plays.
But it just depends. Now, thing is, the pitch is it more batter friendly or is it more bowler friendly?
They are saying that it is going to be a little bit batter friendly because last time when India played with Australia in 2023 ODI World Cup, the pitch was a little bit sticky and they could not score. India just got 240 runs, right? So that was a difficult one.
Yeah. I think this will be a good matchup. I think also the fielders will be very important. Last time we won against England due to fielders.
Mhm.
One man in particular, I think people know who I'm talking about, Akshar Patel.
Mhm.
He was probably one of the biggest reasons why we won the match, because
Mhm.
he took insane catches. Like, he dived for one catch. He was
Mhm.
falling off, hitting. He almost hit the boundary, and he somehow dives and lifts the ball up in the air and gives it to Shivam Dubey. I
Mhm.
mean, the amount of reflexes, coordination it takes
Mhm.
to do that in less than 2 seconds
Mhm.
during when you're about to fall, and like pressure, everything coming into play is is just insane. And it's also leather ball, don't forget, it's really hard to even catch a leather ball.
Mhm. No, I think Varun and Aksar will be effective against Daryl, and then that probably. So I think we should stay with Varun today, despite the fact that he's gone for runs. And I think in okay, let's. So I think I feel that today I feel that Finn Allen riding on his 33 on 100, 33 ball 100 runs, he will definitely make some big hits, but maybe India can probably, if can pitch hard lengths to him, can get him out. Daryl is always a tricky one. He even if he gets out, he ends up scoring 40, 45, 50 runs very easily. And Santana in the end also is so. I think New Zealand, if they play first, they have a great tendency. They can also put up a score like 200, and India has to chase. And if they chase, and if India, if he only has given 190, they will. It's very difficult to stop them if you don't get them out. Regarding bowlers, what do you feel? Who are the most toughest bowlers from New Zealand point of view, whose India should be worried about?
What are New Zealand's fast bowlers? Because I don't
I
actually
think they
follow
have
them.
Matt Henry, and then this McConchy was there, who was doing. So that is the one which they have been, and Lockie Ferguson, right? Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson, Mitchell Santana, East Chodhi, and Daryl
uh,
Mitchell and McConchy are the part timers. The McConchy took 2 wickets against South Africa in the semi final.
I think Matt Henry. We've had bad times against Matt Henry because he was the reason why India lost in the semi-final. But of course, we'll see. Maybe he might not do the same. But we everyone remembers Matt Henry and how he had completely obliterated India in that match.
Mhm.
Ish Sodhi is a leg spinner. He can always cause troubles, like especially if the wicket is more spinner friendly as well. I think he can cause troubles to Abhishek Sharma. He and who else do we have? I think we have Hardik Pandya. I think he could. I don't know if Hardik Pandya plays very well against spin.
No, he's definitely he's a big hitter. Shivam is big hitter, so I think that is there. But more than that, when they are into the middle overs, I think India's start is very important and ending is important. I think what I was thinking was that New Zealand bowling, they will start with McConchy because that's the McConchy started against South Africa, and the reason is because even in South Africa, Quinton de Kock is a left-hander, and there was other opener, Eden Markram, the right-hander. They started with McConchy and he ended up taking 2 wickets because McConchy is not a very fast bowler. He uses cutters, and because of that cutters, they got out. And they will have the same strategy against Abhishek Sharma and Samson because they will start with McConchy. So we have to be really conscious that the ball may not come onto the bat because of little bit of a medium pacer being used. So if India doesn't lose wickets in the beginning first 6 overs, and if we can get to even a 50 for one or even 60 for no loss, then we can really blow off. So that was
But then
something.
you can also show that New Zealand can also, if India gets 60 for 0, let's say, in 6 overs, I mean, New Zealand can also do a similar thing. And I think New Zealand's batters are more, they can play more composed because India's top three batters, top order batters, are all
Hmm.
hitters. They're not. They're India's top order batters are not really what is it? They're not really like controlled or like let's say India drops wickets,
Hmm.
they will it'll be hard for them to play controlled. That's where the problem can come.
Okay, so finally now wrapping up within half an hour of our stream. Uh, if India wins toss, what we should do?
I think if India wins toss, I think it's a safer bet to bat first because India's been batting first for most of the games they've won, and the one time we chased, we lost against I think who was it?
South
South
Africa.
Africa, and we lost very badly. We did not, which is what I don't want. I think if we bat first, we can still stay composed even if we lose wickets more earlier. But when you're chasing, I don't think our team can stay composed enough to also hold on and make runs. I think that's why we should bat first.
And also in a big final under pressure, we should bat first, right?
Yeah, I think if India has a good if because India is very good in batting first. If India gets a good power play, then New Zealand will start struggling anyways because it's normal not to get pressurized if a team all of a sudden does has great head start.
So it means it's just like a simple straight strategy like we have for the ODIs earlier that in ODIs 50 over, if you bat first and make 300 plus, you can put pressure back. So if you bat first, try to achieve 195 to 200 first target, and then if you really do well, go to 40 to 50 like we did in England. I think they should use that. But let's say if New Zealand says that okay, if New Zealand says oh, we'll bat first, then we have to restrict them before 190.
Yeah, I think even if we restrict them before, let's say 190, I think India needs to be more safe because we were not able to chase against South Africa and New Zealand chased against South Africa in 13. New Zealand made it look like it was just eating a cake. They were just hitting every shot, no trouble, nothing. So I think batting first will always be the best option for India.
Okay, guys. So final now, last 2 minutes. Scoreline predictions. India batting first. Your prediction.
If India bats first, I think if they should make around it's a batter pitch friendly, so I think they could if India has made maybe around 230-40 runs.
Okay, and if India does that, you feel we are winning then, right?
I think we will have a fair chance, but because New Zealand is also quite dangerous, 170 runs in 13 overs, as I've said before, I think it's hard to determine who will win. Actually, I'm of course I'm rooting for India, you're rooting for India, but in my opinion, it would be very hard to determine who will actually win this match. Even if you have 240 is not even a safe score anymore. It's like a score which is not even safe anymore. That's the problem.
See, my feeling is if India scores 230, 220 batting first, if it is a batting friendly wicket, we will definitely win. And let's say by any chance it's a batting friendly wicket, and if we don't do well, and still we are able to reach, let's say 175, 180, it can be still be a very close match, right? So India will definitely not go down so easily, even if you don't do well in the first innings. On the other hand, if we are chasing, I think if we can restrict them to 195, 200, I think it will be difficult, but still we can make a chase out of it.
Yeah,
So in both the conditions, we are rooting for India to win. At this point of time, I will say 55 India, 45 New Zealand.
I think it'll be more like maybe one of the teams. I think it was 51-49. Of course, I'll put
So close.
yeah no because both teams are way too like to hit too much power, and they have way too much capability, especially in T20. So I actually cannot determine. Of course, I want India to win, but it's
If it is 51-49, guys, 51-49, 55-45, see you in super over. Can it be? Bye bye. Googly
bye.
Sports.